We're going to start at the bottom of page 9. If you could just get us started like the first couple notes or whatever, and then jump to Thanks. All right, so we're going to run through this from 37 to the end, okay? And could you give them 2 measures before they come in? Or just the measure before?
Jan, are there any more copies of this?
I didn't bring the extra stuff with me because we went through that all, remember?
I don't remember.
There might be one back at my house.
Karen
but I
doesn't
don't
have
know.
one.
If you could just text me this week and let me know, and if we need another one, then I'll print it off for next week, okay? Thanks, Jan. All right, so starting at 36, so this is a measure before the gentlemen come in, the tenors and basses, I should say. It's okay. It's half that. There we go. Yep, here we go. Perhaps this day the light begins. Altos. Perhaps this day the light begins. Perhaps this light begins. Perhaps this day the light begins. We are where the light begins. Perhaps it does not begin. Rest. 1. Perhaps it is always. How you feel about that, folks? All right. Well, you wouldn't know that we looked at it last week. All right. That's the spirit. All right. Tenors, why don't we start with you at, basses, we'll look at your part first, at the bottom of 9, okay? Ready, go, rest. Perhaps this day the light begins. Perhaps this day the light begins. Perhaps the light begins in us. Perhaps this day the light begins. We are where the light begins. Perhaps it does not begin. Rest. Perhaps it is always. All right, good. Let's try that again. But before we do that, just take a look at the top of page 10. So we got rest, perhaps the day the light begins. 2, 3, 4, off. Perhaps, and this is where you come in. Perhaps the day the light's in us. So can we try from just those 2 lines right there? Perhaps this day. Ready, go, rest. Perhaps this day the light begins. Off. Perhaps the light begins in us. Perhaps this day the light begins. And could you play the perhaps the light begins in us, the pick up to the second line, or last line of that? Can we try that? Ready, go. Perhaps the light begins in us. Perhaps this day the light begins. Good. One more. We are where the light begins. And then I think we're all right from there. All right, good. Do you want to go through that one more time? I think we got it. Tenors, let's take a look at your part. Ready, go. Yep. Perhaps this day the light begins. Perhaps this day the light begins. Off. Perhaps this day the light begins in us. Perhaps this day the light begins. Let's just figure that out real quick. Go back to perhaps this day the light begins, top of page 10.
How do you count 12/8?
I know.
1, 2,
In
3,
fours?
4, 5, 6. Yeah, as far as the beat
Fours,
goes,
right?
it
Okay.
looks like it's in 4.
Yeah.
Why
So-
do you keep repeating? You're saying perhaps, perhaps. I don't
Because
see
it's
that
staggered
anywhere.
entrances. So what I'm doing is just pointing out where the different entrances are. So we got sopranos, altos, tenors, then basses. So I'm just trying to keep, yeah.
Okay.
So that we-
You're saying perhaps, perhaps, and I'm going 1, 2, 3.
I got you. Okay. All right, tenors. Let's take a look at that one more time. So top of page 10. Ready? Yep.
What count is that when we're coming?
So it's
on
one-
that?
So it's the last part of the third
Of
beat.
the third beat.
Okay, last part,
Right,
okay.
okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
So it's kind of like beat 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's try that from perhaps. Ready, go, rest. Perhaps this day the light begins. 1, perhaps, perhaps. Perhaps this day the light begins in us. Perhaps this day the light begins. Let's try that one more time. Perhaps, perhaps. Yeah, if you could play that. Actually, go back to do the one at the end of the line before that,
Okay.
and we'll just listen to Karen. Good. Let's try those last two lines there. So this is just the pick up to the second line. 1, 2, 3. Perhaps this day the light begins in us. Perhaps this day the light begins. Good. Keep going. 4, 1. We are where the light begins. 1. Perhaps it does not begin. Rest, rest, rest. Perhaps it is always. Good, let's go back to the top of 10 one more time.
Yeah, on 45, it would
Uh-huh.
be, that's the quarter note, so it's we are where, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we got rest.
we're singing
We
we are where.
are where the
Yeah.
light begins. All right, let's go back to perhaps this is, or perhaps this day. Sorry, my bad. Ready, go, rest.
Perhaps this day the light begins in us. Perhaps this day the light begins. We are where the light
begins. Rest. Perhaps it does not begin. Rest, rest, rest. Perhaps it is always.
Perhaps it is not. Perhaps it does not.
Yeah, you're dropping over an octave there.
Yeah.
Can I get a G? We are where the light begins. Perhaps it does not begin. So we go from higher in our register to lower.
And we're all singing that same note anyway.
Yes,
right?
everyone is together there. Can I hear tenors 45, 46, 47, 48? Basically all of 11.
Yeah.
Ready, go, rest.
We are where the light begins.
Rest.
Perhaps it does not begin.
All right, good. Let's go back to the beginning of page 10. Perhaps this day the light begins. And then also, if when we get to this part, if you could just play just the first part of each of those entrances.
Sure.
Thanks, Karen. All right, so starting at 39. Ready, go, rest.
Perhaps this day the light begins.
Off.
Perhaps this day the light begins in us. Perhaps this day the light begins. We are where the light begins.
One.
Perhaps it does not begin.
Rest, rest, rest.
Perhaps it is always.
All right, good. Let's go back to the bottom of 9 and do that with bases. Ready, go, rest.
Perhaps this day the light begins. Perhaps this day the light begins.
Perhaps, perhaps,
Perhaps this day the light begins in us. Perhaps this day the light begins. We are where the light begins. Perhaps it does not begin. Perhaps it is always.
All right, good. Altos. Let's take a look. You come in at the beginning of page 10, right? Let's take a look at that, please. Is that a D? We're elementary school. Right at the beginning.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
That was not a D.
There we go.
I heard D, I was getting scared.
Ready, go, rest. Perhaps this day the light begins. Off. Perhaps this day the light begins. Perhaps this day the light begins. We are where the light begins. One. Perhaps it's not begin. Rest, rest, rest. Perhaps it's always. All right, good. Let's try the next one. Ready, go, rest. Perhaps this day the light begins. One, perhaps, perhaps this day the light begins. Perhaps this day the light begins. We are where the light begins.
second measure there.
Yep,
for the
so
third
just
measure.
have a listen
Third
for just a
measure.
second, okay?
Yep.
Can I get a D real quick? Perhaps this day the light begins. Perhaps this day the light begins. Can I hear that, please?
So we have to come in on the.
They sing forever.
You sing on the very last part of the second beat, so it's right before beat 3. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right, can we try that outdoors, please? Ready, go, rest. Perhaps this day the light begins. Perhaps this day the light begins. Perhaps this day the light begins. We are where the light begins. Perhaps does not begin. Rest for one. Perhaps is always. Good. You all right about that? You want to go through it again?
One more time.
Okay. Not a problem. Ready, go, rest. Perhaps this day the light begins. Perhaps this day the light begins. Perhaps this day the light begins. We are where the light begins. Perhaps it's not begins. One, perhaps it's always. All right, good. Let's try that with sopranos, please. I'm sorry, tenors and basses, not sopranos yet. We're going back to where you come in, folks, at 37. And ladies, if you could just be ready to join us, okay? Ready, go, rest.
Perhaps this day the light begins.
Hold on just a second. We're back 2 measures, so bottom of page 9.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Ready, go, rest.
Perhaps this day the light begins.
Rest.
Perhaps this day the light begins.
Perhaps.
Perhaps this day, perhaps this light begins in us. Perhaps this day the light begins.
Let's try that one more time. We're very close, but not quite there yet. So tenors and basses, bring us in. Ready, go, rest.
Perhaps this day the light begins.
Rest.
Perhaps this day the light begins.
2, 3, 4, 1. Perhaps.
Perhaps this day the light begins in us. Perhaps this day the light begins.
Rest.
We are where the light begins.
There we go, basses. Off.
Perhaps does not begin.
Rest, rest, rest.
Perhaps it is always.
Good. Sopranos.
Yeah, we were off on
So you hear them saying, perhaps this day the light begins. Here we go. Rest. Perhaps this day the light begins in us.
Perhaps it's always.
And we could look at 45 real quick. I'm sorry. One more time. So rest. Good. And then, was there anything else that we needed help with? Let's just do the first two measures.
Yeah, because getting those notes.
Ready, go, rest.
Perhaps this day the light
Let's keep going.
Perhaps this day the light begins.
Rest.
We are where the light begins. Perhaps it does not begin.
Rest.
Perhaps it's always.
All right, good. Do you feel comfortable trying that with everyone else? All right. Tenors and basses, if you could bring us in at the bottom of page 9. Ready, go, rest.
Perhaps this day the light begins.
Ready, go, rest.
Perhaps this day the light begins.
Sopranos. Rest. Perhaps, perhaps, perhaps,
Perhaps the light begins in us. Perhaps this day the light begins. We are where the light begins. Perhaps it's not begin. Perhaps it is